Hey YouTube, this is Colby. The Lord gave me a dream 5-something o'clock this morning. So in my dream, my wife is my girlfriend. She's actually my wife, but in the dream she's my girlfriend. And we decided to come to my hometown, which is an hour and 15 minutes away, and to go to church. And I'm in this church, and I realize people dress very well, and they won't talk to me. I'm sitting on the front pew, they won't talk to me. Nobody greets me. Well dressed though, and they got their nose stuck up in the air, like they're better than you. So I walk out of this church, hop on the cell phone, and tell my wife, look, I want to try this other church. So we go in this other church. Same thing. People dress very well. Nose in the air, stuck up like they're better than you. So me and my girlfriend, which is actually my wife, we go in the foyer of the church, and she lays on the floor against the wall, and she says, lay down with me right here. And she's not one to do stuff like that. She's very quiet, reserved. And I says, okay. And I told her we shouldn't be here. I said, we were intimate this morning, and God won't hear our prayers. We're not worthy. And I was thinking of the verse, Isaiah 59, verse 1 and 2. It says, because of your iniquity, God won't hear your prayers. In fact, it says he will hide his face from you. So saying we're not worthy. But I'll lay down right here. Meanwhile, there was a man to my left across the foyer. It was like a courtyard or something. And he was laying down, an older man. His hair was thinning. He looked crippled. And he yelled out, can anybody hear me? And I responded, yeah, I can hear you. He says, wait right there. I'm coming over. And this old man who was crippled was walking on his forearms, like crawling to come meet us. And while he was crawling to come meet us, he was a ways off. Another man he stood up and he says, you shouldn't have done that. He said, that man ain't going to let you go. And he's going to talk your ear off. And I says, I'm fine with that. Where else I'm going to go? So finally, this old man, crippled man, finally crawled to meet me and my wife laying on the floor. He said, I'm so glad you decided to talk to me. I'm glad you noticed me. Me, I can talk to anybody. He reaches out his hand and he touches my left hip. And he tells me, you're hurting. And he goes into detail what's wrong with my back and hip. And he says, I'm going to heal you. And I realize this is God. And he's yelling out saying, does anybody hear me? Would anybody spend some time with me? And the church ain't hearing him. Do you hear him? He's calling.